next example of speciation comes from Dr. Darren Irwin, an ornithologist who is currently the head of the Beaty Biodiversity Research Museum while Rick Taylor is on sabbatical. He is also an active professor at University of British Columbia, teaching often statistics and ornithology, as well as a scientist within the Biodiversity Research Center. Some of his most well-known work comes from Greenish warblers within Tibet. He was able to work with this group of organisms between the eastern and western Siberian type of Greenish warbler in order to describe a situation known as a ring species. In this scenario, it is likely that the birds were first introduced into the area below the Tibetan Plateau within a yellowish color. At that point, it seems that two different populations began to emerge, one of which moved up on the right towards the red area and the other one towards the blue. This is a small simplification, as many different populations occur within this range across the different colors. However, this is where they began, from the middle, and spread upward and outward. Within closely related colors such as yellow to green or yellow to orange, birds are able to interbreed to produce viable hybrids. However, the red species and the blue species had been separated for quite a long period of time, so that when they came back into contact in the northern contact zone, they weren't able to interbreed, though they had shared a common greenish warbler ancestor. They did not interbreed for the reason that they had different songs. This allowed reproductive isolation in terms of behavioral isolation, meaning that even if the red group and the blue group did come into contact with each other in the possible hybrid zone, it means that they would not interbreed, as they would not recognize each other's song as being that of a potential mate. Throughout the different colors of our ring, we have variation in songs, so that the yellow and the orange might be able to recognize each other's songs, but it's unlikely that the orange and the blue would be able to recognize each other's songs, therefore they do not mate. DNA samples as well as morphology in terms of the bars and the width of the bars on the wings show that the red and the blue group were in fact distant enough in terms of DNA, along with the fact that they did not interbreed in terms of song, was enough to evidence to classify these two different groups as a different species.